Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to ZTV. I am happy to be here. I hope you are all staying dry today. I know it's a little bit rainy. We're getting those summer showers. So not complaining. I like a good summer shower. So tonight is one of my favorite episodes. I say this each month, but it's the truth. So we are going to meet some of Alexandria's adoptable animals from the Animal Welfare League of Alexandria. And to introduce those animals to us, I will bring on Gina Hardter. Hi, Gina. How are you?
Hi, Grace. I'm doing great. And I think you're right. This one might be a reason to be a favorite because I think this week we met the most adoptable animals that we have so far. So it's going to be an action packed evening of adorable adoptable animals.
Yes, we did. It was a party. They were all ready to go. They were camera ready. They were excited. You guys always have a good variety of animals to present, and I think today really showcases that. So give us a brief rundown of who we're going to see.
Yes. So I always like to remind people we are an open access shelter. And what that means is we will take in all of the animals that come to us from within the jurisdiction of Alexandria, regardless of what kind of species we are. So we are going to see our cats. We are going to see our dogs. We are going to see a lot of guinea pigs and even a special, what we call SMAM friend, which is another one of our small animals. So we've got a little bit of everyone and they're all adorable. They're all fantastic and they are all looking for amazing homes. So I think we're going to start out with our kitty friends. We've got the beautiful and magnificent Glenda, who I really have a special affection for, and I can't wait for her to show herself off.
This beautiful lady here is Glenda. And as you can see, she's doing one of her favorite things, which is cuddling. You come in and she just tries to sit on you, whether it's on your lap, on your pants. She jumps on people's backs because she finds that to be fun. And then she just comes up and gives head bumps. She just loves to be with people. Cuddling is not her only favorite pastime. She's actually a pretty active girl. So she loves to play. You can see she's got all kinds of toys in here. We've got ping pong balls. We've got mouse toys. And she loves playing with a lot, especially pipe cleaners. You want to show? There we go. Yeah, she loves her pipe cleaners. She is about just shy of 2 years old, but she really does have this very kittenish energy about her. She's a little bit petite, and she is just very energetic. But like I said, my favorite thing is just when I come in and she is seeking attention. So we've actually seen, because one of her favorite things is if you look up here, this is her window to the world. She loves watching what's going on outside in our lobby. At one point, one of our team members had a puppy out there and she was just so interested. She was just rubbing up on the window and everything. Hi, good girl. So we think she might actually be interested in a house with dogs, although she would prefer to be your only cat. I mean, how could you share a lap with another cat when you've got someone as wonderful as Glenda? She is available to meet right now. You can just contact us to schedule an appointment. You can email us at adopt@alexandriaanimals.org. Hi, silly. Or call 703-746-4774 to schedule an appointment to meet Glenda.
All right. Apologies for the quality. I think the weather is probably messing with my Wi-Fi a little bit. But we're going to keep going. We're going to make it through. All right. So that was Glenda. She was super cuddly, lap cat. Love to see it. Lots of energy. So with a cat like that, what type of environment should an adopter think about when they're bringing them into their home? Like, or when you sign up the cat to be an adopted cat for someone, what do you guys look for in a home?
Well, I feel like first I should mention that even if we have quality issues, I think you can still see that Glenda was absolutely sweet. She was absolutely adorable. So when we have people who reach out to us interested in adoption, the first thing we want to get an idea of is what they're looking for in a pet. Obviously, our goal is to find a pet that's going to match their lifestyle and is going to be, the perfect, in Glenda's case, pet for them. And so we want to get an idea what they're looking for. Are they looking for somebody who's going to be 100% lap cat, somebody who's kind of the Netflix buddy, somebody who they want to see being active and give the opportunity to jump around in their apartment. And then we'll figure out if Glenda or perhaps someone else that we meet tonight is going to be the right match for them. Glenda is looking for somebody who's probably going to keep her entertained, but she is, as I mentioned, able to entertain herself. She loves toys. She loves watching the world. And we always say that, the shelter isn't necessarily a natural environment for animals. We give them the best care that they can while they're there. But a lot of times you see an animal change really drastically in a home environment because they're so comfortable, they're so confident, they really get to be themselves. So we think Glenda is going to be so happy once she finds her home and her family, and we can't wait to give her that opportunity.
Yes, and yeah, like you said, she seems like she's independent. She can entertain herself, but if you want to play with her, simple toys looks like they were very effective. The pipe cleaners are always a great toy. I think it's fascinating to watch cats how it's like watching a child with their curiosity and their imagination. They can make something phenomenal out of like a cardboard box, out of something so simple. So I
Exactly.
love that. I loved watching her. All right, so we do have two more cats tonight. Big night for cats. Who is next?
Yeah, so the next is one of our longer term kitty residents. His name is Molt, and he is just the most handsome fella. I was hoping he was going to show his kind of action lifestyle, and Molt was feeling a little bit lazier yesterday, but no matter what, Molt looks good and he is wonderful. So he's going to strut his stuff for us just now.
Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, so this handsome fellow in his built-in tuxedo is Malt. We've been playing a little bit with his favorite toy, which is his feather wand toy. You can see he's having a lot of fun. To him, he thinks this is a bird, and all he wants is to get that bird. So Malt is about 3 years old. He is a pretty energetic guy. You can kind of see with his play style. Sometimes we will do this all over the kennel. He also likes to adventure. He's got a pretty big space here, and we have found him in the strangest places. For example, on top of his cat tower, right over there. It's just fun. Some days you'll come in, you'll look through the window, and Malt will be up there. So Malt is definitely looking for somebody who can give him energy outlets so that he can have as much fun with things like his wand toy. Every day he gets a couple sessions with this. Buddy, you look like you're gonna fall. He gets a couple sessions with this, and the idea is that it just helps him get his energy out. So he is a little bit calmer, he gets a little exercise, and it just helps him feel a little bit more zen. I think in his home, having things that can help his adventuresome personality. So as well as having somebody who's going to play feathered wand with him every day, he loves the opportunity of looking out of his windows here, having places that he can climb, other activities. We do have toys in here like his ping pong ball, although wand toy is by far his favorite. So Malt's adoption fees have been prepaid by a generous donor. Oh, look out, you're gonna get it, gonna get it. And he is ready to find his new family today. Anybody interested in meeting him can email us or give us a call at 703-746-4774. Hi, there you go, almost got it, almost got it. Oh, he got it, he got it. Good job, Malt.
All right. Again, sorry for the freezing. If we lose connection, I do apologize. It's really dark outside my window right now. I will reshare all of these videos on social media afterwards so you can get the full introduction to all of the animals. But so that was Malt. If you were able to view a little bit of the video, so he was playing with his little feather toy. That was really cute. He did manage to catch it at the end. So Malt, like Glenda, was active, but he was a little more like sedentary in his activity.
Yeah, I kind of loved how that video came together. I felt like it was slow-mo action Molt. I feel like he really would have liked that version of him. Yeah, Molt is a lot of times will come in and he'll come right up. He'll be around your ankles. He'll want your attention. I think, maybe it was the camera. Maybe he just had an activity session, so he's feeling a little bit lazy. So he decided to have his fun from the bed this time. But I think even so, we got to see something that he's really interested in, which is his wand toy. It's definitely his favorite thing that he does with our staff and volunteers. He plays with them a couple times a day. And as I mentioned, that wand toy kind of looks to him like a bird. And that's a lot of fun for him. He enjoys other similar things like watching out the window and seeing what's going by. So Malt is definitely a cat who has a lot of things going on. And he really enjoys quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, it looked like he was just having a great time. He really had made that space his own. So his adoption fees, you had mentioned in the video, were prepaid by a generous donor.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we have a program called Adopt It Forward, and people can choose to kind of help out animals. Sometimes they've been with us for a little while, or sometimes it's just the animal that they like a lot. Help them find their family a little quicker by paying their adoption fees. And Malt has had his adoption fees paid. I also feel like I should mention, because it's something I didn't remember to mention in the video. I got so distracted playing feather toy with Malt that our staff and volunteers say Malt actually loves hanging out with other cats. Right now he's doing it through kennel, but he's just so intrigued whenever there's a cat out and about or near him. He just loves watching them. So we definitely think he could potentially do well with a cat friend, and we'd love to talk to potential adopters to see about setting that up, how to introduce them, and how to make the right fit for Malt and his resident kitty.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, he looked like he was kind of just curious and interested in anything that was going on in the room. So I think he would be a very like an extroverted cat. He would get along with pretty much anyone who he lived with. All right.
Absolutely.
So we have one more cat for the night. Debut, give us a little intro for our last cat.
You know, Grace, I kind of feel like you set us up for Liberty before, because you were saying some cats love toys and some cats are happy with whatever they find in the house, maybe a paper bag, maybe a box. And Liberty's going to show you a little bit about how he can make anything into something that's a lot of fun for Liberty and hopefully his owners as well.
All right, perfect. Here we go. Fingers crossed for the video quality.
So this is our friend Liberty. As you can see, he loves being on top of his little tower. And you would not believe it by the way that he's being so affectionate right now. But when he first came to, joined us at the AWLA, he was very shy. And, you know, one of the reasons we keep some of these blankets on here is to give them a little space so they can have some privacy. We're always happy to send them home with like a little item or something that'll make, you know, remind them that of their scent. And they do generally love these kinds of fleece blankets where they can make biscuits on. But, you know, generally they'll be happy to, with any new blanket that you give them. And at first he would just spend all his time there. But our volunteers have been really great about coming in, visiting him, giving him treats. And, you know, they often send us photos of him laying on their laps because he's become such an affectionate boy. He's only 2 years old, and as you can see, he's a little, what we call a house panther, because he's pretty much all black, and he's, you know, just very gorgeous with these green eyes, and he loves to make little biscuits. He also really loves pipe cleaners, and, you know, as you can see, he has very expensive taste in some other toys, including his paper bag and his box, which is great because, you know, there are things that you can easily make at home or acquire. One of the other things he also really loves is squeeze treats. So it's just like a little tube that you can keep squeezing. We do recommend a home where, you know, with children 14 years and older, since he does start out a little shy and takes him usually some time to warm up with new people. So he could use a little more of a calm environment. But so far he's, you know, been making a lot of progress and really affectionate, and he would be just a great Netflix and chill buddy. Awesome. Yay, good job. Very good job.
All right, so we got to meet Liberty. That video was a little bit better. You did get to see his box and his Trader Joe's bag, which I thought was hilarious. I understand. I have a lot of those and I keep them around the house. So good for him for recycling. So he was gorgeous, first of all. Carolina mentioned they call him a house panther, just the sleek black coat. So do you get a lot of cats like him, just pure black cats? How you know, popular are those cats?
We see a moderate amount of them. I think right now available for adoption, we have Liberty, we have Angel, and I think we have another black cat coming up for adoption. So it's not uncommon, certainly. And we do love our house panthers. You know, Liberty, in some ways, he didn't show up almost in the video. He was a little dark compared to some of the background. But once he opened those startling green eyes, you could see him. And Carolina mentioned he was so shy when he first came to us. It is amazing to see him just a couple weeks later, how comfortable, how happy, how engaged he is. And we can't wait to see how he comes out of his shell when he meets his new family.
Yes, absolutely. So just give us a brief description of the process of introducing a shy cat to a new house. I know he has certainly opened up to you guys, but do you think he might revert again to being a little introverted when he transitions again?
That's not surprising in a lot of cats. A new environment can be, I don't want to say scary, but it's definitely something new and something they need to get used to. What we generally recommend is that you introduce your cat to their new home in small pieces at a time. So you find a space that ideally is quiet, ideally isn't too busy, that they can start in. So it might be a bedroom, it might be a bathroom. You want to make sure they have things like obviously their food and water, a litter box. And so they have everything they need, but in that safe space. And then over time, you can introduce them to a larger portion of your home. If you have another cat, we kind of work that introducing them to another cat into the same process. It starts through doors and then maybe through a barrier like a baby gate or something like that. So everybody has the chance to get to know each other before they just meet each other all at once. And we found that that kind of gradual introduction both into a home and of another cat really can make a difference between having everything feel like it's dumped on you all at once, which can be stressful for both cats as well as the family, versus kind of getting things a little working into it comfortably.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. That's very good information to know. You guys always do such a good job of, working with the adopters throughout the whole process from beginning to middle to even after they've been adopted. So I really hope that Liberty and all of these cats do find a home that will help them thrive in a new environment.
Yeah, and our adoption
So,
team is always happy to answer any questions adopters may have about the animals in our care, anything we know about them, about setting them up for success in the home. We also have a behavior hotline for animals who are living in homes that people have questions about. And we also want to answer questions about animals that people aren't necessarily as used to. So we've been talking a little bit about cats, but next on, we're going to move to some of our small animals, including our guinea pigs. And people may not know as much about caring for a guinea pig, but we are happy to answer any questions and provide any information because we have a lot of amazing guinea pigs looking for homes right now. And I think we're going to meet them all in one fell swoop.
yep, it's Piggy City, and then we have one little surprise at the end.
Next off, we want to welcome you to Piggy City. We have all kinds of guinea pigs right now, and they're all looking for fantastic homes. So we're going to give you a chance to walk through and meet all of them. So we have kind of two, I don't want to say rival, but maybe two gangs of pigs here at the AWLA. We've got our wine pigs and we've got our spice pigs. So first off, we're going to start with our wine pigs. Right here we have beautiful Merlot. I say he's beautiful. He's male. He can still be beautiful. And he is about 6 months old. You can see he's got really highlight red eyes and he's a white and brown kind of color. And then we have his sibling, also male, Malbec here. Malbec's a little bit more brown. He's got the dark eyes. And they are siblings. Their other sibling, Cabernet, just got adopted, which is wonderful. And then we have our spice piggies. So that seems like it could be a band, right? We've got Cinnamon. She is a 2-year-old female, and she is right now hiding in her house because she's not necessarily the most camera-friendly of the, she's a little shyer girl. We've got Cumin, who's actually, everybody's hiding today, huh? You can see just if you look in there, we've got Cumin. He's about 4 months old and he is a brown and white guinea pig. He's got 2 different colors of brown. We've got another guinea pig here who's buried under their blanket. This is Paprika or Paprika. I like that saying phrasing a little bit more. And that is another 4-month-old guinea pig. And then our last of the spice piggies right now is Chili Pepper, who's she's got a little bit more white than anybody else, another female, about 4 months old. And all of these guys have actually all lived together at different times. So they have done well with guinea pigs and could potentially do well with guinea pigs again. They're all really outgoing, really social. And then we actually have a couple more piggies. So separate from our 2 gangs, we've got our mayor of Piggy City. This is Snowy. Snowy's about 18 months, so 1.5 years, and he is a male. And again, you can see he's got that white coloring, that pink eyes. He's just very, very social. He's out, he's saying hi, he's showing off his silly antics. And then just new to Piggy City, literally today, we've got Lenny and Tuck, who have both managed, the 2 of them, to fit together in one little pigloo, which is pretty impressive. Right now, we are considering them bonded. They did come to us together, and they've lived together, and we think they would do really well. And then our honorary member of Piggy City, she's not really a piggy, but we like to show her off anyway. We've got the beautiful Buntilda, who came to us just a couple weeks ago, and now she is looking for her family. Again, another friendly, social, just look how bold and social she's being. She would make an excellent bunny for some family, and she is one of our American bunnies. She's about a year old. She's just so cute. And that is Piggy City. Every one of our guinea pigs has waived adoption fees right now. And again, for anybody who's interested in learning more about them or meeting them, you just need to schedule an appointment with us by emailing or calling 703-746-4774.
All right. It was nap time in Piggy City. The mayor was out making sure everyone was safe during their nap time. Some of them were out, but they were all really cute. So tell us a little bit. Actually, I have a question that I just thought of. So you had mentioned that we have the two gangs. So some of these were siblings, but they were being adopted individually. So I want to know how we see a lot of bonded pairs with the cats and the dogs. But like what makes it different between a bonded pair and then siblings? Like how are the siblings okay to be adopted one at a time?
Yes, so siblings are animals who've lived together before and might do well. We've seen them historically exhibit that the fact that they could do well with another animal. They have experience living with a guinea pig, and that's like our spice pigs and our wine pigs. Lenny and Tuck, and we actually have done a little bit since they came to us yesterday. We learned a little bit more about them. We're not necessarily thinking they're bonded, but for animals who are bonded, they have lived together their entire lives, and they really thrive on each other. They need each other to succeed. And so sometimes we see animals who've lived together and they're like, oh, it's fine. I like you. You're fine. I could also live without you. And sometimes we see animals who are like, you're my best friend. I can't imagine being anywhere without you. And for us, those are those bonded pairs. And we want to make every effort to help our bonded pairs get adopted together. But we also don't want to place limitations on animals who are happy to be singletons or might be happy to go live with a new animal friend. That said, a lot of those younger piggies that I was talking about, they might be happy to live together if you're looking for a piggy pair. We generally recommend that they stay in same-sex pairs, even though these guys are going to be spayed and neutered later this week. But we've got a bunch of boys, we've got a bunch of girls. So if you're looking for two piggies together, we have lots of piggies who could definitely make that happen.
Yes, lots of piggies and one rabbit, an adorable rabbit. So I did ask yesterday, it was not in the video, but I want to know, how do pigs and rabbits get along? Like what would that adoption process be like for two separate animals?
Yes, and that's an interesting one. That's not something people generally reach out to us about. I liked it because I was thinking about some of the cute weird animal pairing videos and photos that I've seen. So as far as we know, our rabbit has not been socialized with pigs. Our pigs have not been socialized with rabbit. It doesn't mean that that's not possible. Just like we were talking about with the cats, anything that you would like to do with that would definitely be a slow introduction. It would definitely be supervised. It could be that maybe Buntilda and one of these piggies could be the best of friends. But our team would definitely love to provide you as much information as we can about that and just find out how you're thinking about setting up that meetup and potential best friendship.
Wonderful. And I want to reiterate that all of their adoption fees have been waived.
Yep. Just contact us. You can send us an email at adopt@alexandriaanimals.org or call 703-746-4774. Thanks, Grace. You got all of the information up there. But yeah, just contact us to set up an appointment to meet any of our piggies. And we are looking forward to finding them all wonderful homes.
Wonderful. All right. So we are now on to the last pair of the night. So we have two dogs. So give us a little intro for our first dog.
Yeah, so we are moving on to our puppers, and we went from perhaps our smallest animals to the one I think might be the biggest animal in the shelter. We are going to meet Shadow. He weighs in at about 100 pounds, although honestly, I don't think you could tell by meeting him. He's just a solid guy, but honestly, I would say he's a solid hunk of love, and I kind of have to let himself just show himself off.
Go on, buddy. Come hang. Can you show me your sit? There you go. Sit. Yes, very smart. So this smart and handsome fellow here, who's exploring the whole yard, Shadow. This is Shadow, as you can see. He definitely knows his name. Sit. Can you shake? So Shadow is about 4 years old. You can see he is a big guy. He's a lab mastiff mix, and so that mastiff is part of his size. Hi. But he's also very clever. He knows sit. He knows paw. He knows step up, which is what he's doing right now. Oh, good boy. He also is an excellent cuddler. That's a skill you need to learn, and he's definitely learned it well. We've been doing other tricks with him, teaching him something called touch, which actually will help him learn to do other tricks. In a little bit, we'll see if we can get him to jump over the ramp or through the hoop. Hi, good boy. Touch, yes. Touch, yes. He's also very smart and will do that sometimes. Come get it. Good boy. All right, let's see if we can do the hoop too. Shadow. There you go. And do another one. Ready? Shadow, stay. Come get it. Yeah, good boy. Hi. Oh my goodness. You can see he is just a big hunk of love. He could maybe be a little less big, but still, he's very cuddly, just like a giant teddy bear. I think sometimes he doesn't realize how big he is. Hey, buddy. He would probably prefer a home that has older kids. Hi. Yeah, just because, as you can see, he wants to be all up in your space. Thank you, buddy. He wants to be hanging out with you. And with somebody who's a little bit smaller than him, that could be a little bit tricky. Oh, yes. So he's a happy guy. He is probably not looking to live with the other dogs. He, like Glenda, he wants your lap. He wants all of that attention, and so he may not be able to share it with anybody. Hi. Hi. Yeah. And he would definitely be happy in a home where they can keep him active, keep him learning, keep him taking on new tricks. He does love a good walk. Right now we're working with him to make sure he has the best leash manners. Again, just because he's a bigger guy, we want to make sure he's taking nice walks. But during those walks, he loves sniffing around. He's exploring with his nose. So things like that are going to keep him mentally and physically active are going to be great for him. He might be a hiker. We haven't really necessarily taken him out on long walks and hikes, but I could definitely see that being something he'd be interested in. That's one of his favorite spots right there. You can see that's a happy shadow smile right there. And we can't wait to help him find that home.
All right, Shadow. He kind of had all of the personality out. He was energetic. He was smart. He did agility. He was cuddly. He did calm down. So I want to talk about the agility. So we're probably looking for someone who has a yard or at least access to a big space of greenery, correct?
That could be the case. I think Shadow could excel at a lot of things. So we're lucky enough that we had actually some amazing youth volunteers build that agility equipment for us. And it's a great way to try and teach new tricks and just keep animals, especially dogs, mentally stimulated. But if he became a hiking buddy or if he took up some kind of sport, like you can do agility out of the house, I think there's a lot of outlets for Shadow. So if he had a green space to run around, that would be great. He's not necessarily looking to go to a dog park with other dogs, but I think he could get his mental and physical enrichment somewhere else as well.
Perfect. And so say you did have a yard and you adopted Shadow, how could you do like a DIY agility?
Uh, Making the equipment, oh, that's a good question. We've been lucky enough, as I mentioned, to have some volunteers who built the equipment for us. So I think that's probably something that you can find a lot of cool tutorials online about how you can do DIY equipment. Ours is made out of PVC pipe, so it should be pretty easy to make. But I think from a training perspective, the thing that I found to be the most useful is the touch command. The idea is that you teach an animal using a lure, generally a treat, to touch your hand. It's generally like this. And then as you use that cue, you can walk around, they'll touch your hand, and then you can lure them into different things. I've taught spin using touch. I got Shadow over our agility equipment using touch. So I think there's so much that you can do with that command, and that can also help with nice leash walking. So I think that's a great skill to have because you never know what's going to be the next step once you've taught an animal kind of to follow your lead.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. It was amazing to see. He obviously seems like he learns very quickly. So we do have one more dog, another energetic big boy tonight. So give us a little intro on our last one.
Yes, we kept you really busy this week, Grace, and we appreciate you helping us highlight all these animals. We do have another energetic boy. That's why we went out to our big yard, which you don't always see. We've got the wonderful Maverick, who had a lot of fun hanging out with Carolina and meeting everybody who was there. And I can't wait for him to show off his awesome self.
As you can see, my friend Maverick is really smart. He's 2 years old,
So he still has a lot of that teenage puppy energy. He's a mix, we think like German Shepherd. You know, he's got the body of a German Shepherd and the ears of a hound. Got this very handsome face with those big ears, which just make him so adorable and very photogenic. So he's really great at playing fetch, and he's really, really smart. He has a lot of energy, so he would be, you know, great for somebody who likes to go running or likes to go hiking. He also is really smart, so he would love to continue working on learning some new cues. And he can also sometimes just relax and, you know, lay down and chill out when he's ready to get some just fresh air. He would probably be a great dog to do sniffaris with. Sniffaris are when you take a dog out on a walk and you let them kind of lead the way with their nose so that they can explore. So he knows how to sit and he knows how to lay down. Sometimes he gets them a little confused, but it's okay because he's still learning. We're still working on shake. Enrichment items are always great. It helps keep their mind busy, which is also expending energy, which is always a good thing. And he also really loves to play fetch. He hasn't gotten the part about bringing it back yet, but he's great at chasing it. You know, we think that, yeah, with some time, once he's a little more relaxed, you know, he's probably a major cuddle bug. So, like I said, he'll be great at if you want a dog to take on outdoor adventures with, and, you know, also to just cuddle up at night with as well. All right, sit. Good. Okay, and lay down. All right.
I'm muted. Sorry. 2 years on Zoom, 2 years in a Zoom world, and I'm still forgetting to unmute myself. That happens. So, as I was saying, our streaming quality held on to the end. Maverick was so full of energy, so sweet. So, I want to talk about how we can exercise those dogs. So, the summer weather is coming up. What are some tips to either, you know, exercise indoors or avoid the heat?
Yeah, so the first tip definitely is follow your pup's lead. If you're seeing that they're panting, they're flagging, it's too hot for them. Definitely try and avoid black pavement when temperatures are highest. Try and exercise when temperatures are cooler, so early in the morning, late in the evening. There's a lot of things that you can do inside, and it kind of depends on your pet and their interests, but there's a lot of enrichment that you can do inside, whether it's things like busy boxes and puzzle feeders that keep them enriched while they're snacking. Dog obstacle courses are something that I always think are a lot of fun. It makes maybe a little bit more work for you, but it's a lot of fun to see them try and find their way around and do an obstacle course and get some exercise inside. If you have an opportunity to do inside exercising at like a boarding facility or training facility, that's also great for them as well. And even just actual training where it keeps their brain busy while you're teaching them new tricks is something that both Shadow and Maverick would excel at. They're very smart. They're very treat motivated, as you could see. And I could see both of them doing really well at an activity like that.
Yeah, no, treat motivation always helps with the training. They look both very smart. Maverick looks like he's still learning some things. So I think anyone who is willing to, you know, put in the effort can be with him and, you know, exercise with him and help him learn they're going to be a great match. So just remind us again how you can adopt or sign up to schedule an appointment to adopt.
Yes. So for everyone that you met tonight, you can just contact us to make an appointment. Grace has put up the information a couple times, but you can email us at adopt@alexandriaanimals.org, or you can give us a call at 703-746-4774. You can ask any questions about any of these animals, and you can set up time to meet them. They're all wonderful. They're all looking for equally wonderful homes, and we can't wait to help them find that. So please contact us. We can't wait to hear from you.
Yes, and like I said, I will post these videos up later in the week so you guys can actually see them all. I do want to mention one last thing. You guys have a fundraiser going on this month. Tell us about
Yeah.
that.
So the Animal Welfare League of Alexandria is first and foremost a nonprofit. Most of the things that we are doing, including helping all of these animals find wonderful homes, is only possible because of donations from the community. And right now we are running our annual calendar contest. It's the Picture Your Selfie Calendar Contest, and it's our biggest fundraiser of the year. So if you want to help us help animals like these, as well as pets across the community, you can sign up your pet to be in the calendar. You can vote for pets that you see in there. You can buy a calendar. All of those proceeds benefit the AWLA, but really all of those proceeds benefit animals across your community. So you can learn more at our website, alexandriaanimals.org, or alexandriaanimals.org/calendar. We love seeing so many animals in our calendar. It's my favorite thing of the year. So we hope you will all participate.
Yeah, I love that. That's such a fun idea. You said it's open through the end of the month, correct?
That's right. We've got things going on all throughout the month, but you can enter a pet to be included through the end of the month. Every pet who's entered is included in the calendar, and you get a free calendar. So even if that's all you do, you're going to get a calendar with your pet in it, which is pretty amazing. I personally do it every year because I love seeing my pet in print.
Yeah, I love that. And like, who doesn't need a calendar? Everyone can use a calendar.
Exactly.
So wonderful. All right. Well, I am looking forward to seeing all of these selfies in the calendar. I am looking forward to next month's Adoptable Animals. Gina, thank you so much for being here tonight. Everyone else, until next time, be the good news in someone's life.